Hi, friends. Welcome to Tabletop Tonight. I'm Ruel Gaviola. That's my awesome co-host, Amanda McKnight. This is Words on Wednesday. Amanda, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing tonight?
I'm hanging in there. We've both sort of got the sickness thing going on, which is never any
We're
fun.
down with the sickness a
Yeah,
little
down.
bit,
Oh,
but yeah, but we're hanging in
that's a
there.
that's a
You're
good name
coming
for a
out of it.
song. Yeah,
It
down
is.
with the
It's a
sickness.
great name for a song. Someone should write that song.
Yeah, note to
But yeah,
self.
you're coming out of it. I'm getting into it.
Yeah,
Hopefully not really getting into it, but
yeah. So
keep your fingers crossed for me, friends that are watching this
seriously,
on the
folks,
internet.
yes, please send some good internet vibes to my friend Amanda here. What we do here on Words on Wednesday is we talk about comic books, all kinds of nerdy stuff, and then we play word based games as well. And we're going to jump right into it because it's been a while since we've hung out and we want to talk comic books. And the first one on our list is this one. This is Gloomhaven, the A Hole in the Wall. And the reason why we're showing this off, not only is it because it's awesome, but because we're giving away a copy of Jaws of the Lion in celebration of the Gloomhaven Grand Festival. If you don't know, check the show notes below. But they have a new campaign on BackerKit. It's this huge thing. We're gonna have you just click on the link, check that out, and as a way to celebrate, we're gonna give away a copy of Jaws of the Lion. Stay tuned because later in this video, you'll find out how you can win your very own copy. But in the meantime, this comic book, A Hole in the Wall, is based in the Gloomhaven world, and as you can see here, I've got it on the screen here. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's a group of mercenaries called the Jaws of the Lion. This takes place. It's technically a prequel to the Gloomhaven game, and these characters that you'll notice these characters are characters from the game itself, the classes and whatnot. I think it's pretty funny. There's this one character here who's always rhyming, and every time they rhyme, it just reminds you of the Princess Bride, Andre the Giant's character.
Oh
You know,
my
no
gosh.
more rhyming, and I mean it. Anybody want a
Yeah.
peanut? Yeah,
Oh my
so
gosh.
much fun. Um, but what this does is you actually get this comic book in your copy of Jaws of the Lion. So what's great is it's I don't know I think it's like the perfect introduction to Gloomhaven, Amanda. We'd actually talked about this earlier. Folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, Amanda and I record this live on Twitch, and then we edit it down here for you on YouTube. But we were talking about earlier how Gloomhaven is this big monstrous game, and it takes you years to play, and it can be
Yeah.
intimidating. But with Jaws of the Lion, you have like the perfect introductory into the world. And what better way to be introduced into a fantasy world than with a comic book, right, Amanda?
Right? I feel like very cool. I already felt like instantly immersed when I was reading this. And I just love like it really does feel like a campaign. Like it feels like
Mm-hmm.
this merry band of like sort of odd people coming together
Yep.
and just kind of trying to figure everything out. They all have different abilities. I was actually really intrigued by Diamartia, who
Yeah.
Powder keeps calling Marty,
Marty.
which I
Yeah.
loved. And her abilities. So she has like this thing that she keeps calling the void. And
Yes.
it's like taking over her, but it's like power she can channel. It kind
Mm-hmm.
of reminded me of, have you ever seen Inuyasha?
I have not. No.
So in Inuyasha, there's this priest, and he like has a hole in his hand that's like slowly getting bigger and like consuming him.
Uh
But it
huh.
also kind of gives him power, but it's like every time he uses the power, it like gets worse. And I was just getting those. I don't know if that's how this works, but it seems to be how this works. Is that what's happening here?
It seems like it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And I thought
Yeah.
that was really cool. This idea of like a power that's sort of taking hold of you, but that is like extremely powerful. So it's like that idea of like, oh, I probably need to use this for what I'm doing, but I
Mm-hmm.
also have to be careful. And that I just really liked that. I thought that was a really cool idea. And
Yeah.
also the design of a lot of these characters is super cool.
Yeah, I love the vermlings, the baddies that they're,
Yeah.
fighting right here. I mean, just right off the bat, I mean, I'll back up to this one scene. I just love how they're coming right at him. It's like,
Oh
ah,
my gosh.
yeah,
I
so
love it.
cool.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like they're all just like jumping around and
Yeah.
they look like little like kind of like little scraggly cat guys to me.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
really like.
totally.
Are
Yes,
these creatures that you can fight in Gloomhaven? You
absolutely.
know?
Yeah. So
Yeah?
everything that's
Sweet.
here is in the Gloomhaven game and in Jaws of the Lion as well. So, folks, Jaws of the Lion, I don't know if you can see back here on my shelf, it's a smaller box. So this is a very you know, as we're saying, the best way to be introduced into Gloomhaven, because it's going to teach you the mechanisms of the game, but in a really cool way, almost like a video game. You're learning as you're going. It's very, you know, step by step. They don't throw a huge rule book at you. You have like a page for setup, and then you're playing the game immediately, and then learning the rules as you go. Very
Yeah.
cool system, very cool way to set up. And again, I just love the fact that they include this comic book now, Amanda, because you know, it really, I don't know, for me, it's just immediately the gears start turning in my head. Oh, I want to be this character, that character. And then when
Yeah, that's
yeah,
exactly it. I love when they include like little comics or like little stories or something
yeah,
with it. It just gives you a sense for the stuff you're excited to do in the
yep,
game, I find. And also
totally.
gives you like kind of some story that you can connect to.
Oh, yeah,
And for I don't know about for you, but for me, I feel like story is pretty integral to me being able to really easily pick up a game because
agreed.
once you have a narrative, it's I can connect the dots of like, oh, this rule translates to this concept in the
Hmm.
story. Yeah.
Yes,
So
agreed,
I really like
100%.
that.
And I think like that really, Amanda, I totally agree with you. It's that hook of the narrative, right? That's the one that grabs you, and that's what gets
Yeah.
you. And that's why the Gloomhaven has been the number one game on BGG for many years. It's no longer number one; it's like number two or three. But you know, because of the rich narrative story of Gloomhaven, I mean, it's a huge world, and you know, shout out to Isaac Childress, the designer and CEO of the company now. He's created this vast world, and what's great is on the backer kit. Again, check those show notes below for the link, folks. The new backer kit campaign. They've come out with an RPG. So not only is this a board game, but it is now a role playing game too.
That's
Oh,
how you know it's a really rich world too when you can build
right.
an RPG out of something like
Yep. Agreed. So
all of the most rich worlds in tabletop in like board gaming
yeah.
end up getting RPGs. I feel like you know because it's
Oh,
just like
totally.
that's a natural progression.
Agreed. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we go. We're not going to spoil too much. We're just going to give you a little taste of this, folks. You know, just to hype up the Jaws of the Lion and the Gloomhaven campaign. You know, all the different characters. You have like this sort of like moody guy right here, and then you have you know Marty, who we're talking about, and I like,
Yeah.
yeah, I love these characters, and you know that's what's cool too when you play Jaws of the Lion. You know, you do have those moments of like, here we are, this band of mercenaries trying to accomplish our goals or finish the mission or whatever, and you do have this sense of camaraderie, and you have a lot of epic moments throughout the game. You're gonna have some epic fails too. Don't get me wrong, but the epic moments are worth it when you succeed.
That's so cool. Yeah, and I can see already like there's a lot of stuff in this where it feels like there's a lot of synergy
Hmm.
you get to develop with your party. And I love games that have that just have these rewarding moments where when we really all can come together well, we
Yeah,
get rewarded for that. That is
it's
so satisfying in
yeah,
a campaign game.
it totally is. It totally is. Okay, so that's Gloomhaven, A Hole in the Wall. That's the comic that comes in Jaws of the Lion, folks. And you know, we are giving away a copy here on YouTube since you all joined us for YouTube. And to win a copy, you gotta stick around. We're gonna tell you in just a minute. So how do you like that for a tease, Amanda?
Ooh, I like it. I like it. Stick around and you'll find out soon.
Yep. Okay. So if you have not joined us before, folks, what we're also doing, again, go to the show notes below, click on the link for our Discord channel. You can join the Discord. We're doing a group read, and the group read, you know, we are doing Saga, and this is, oh my gosh, you know, I'm gonna zoom in on this because Amanda's got the copy of Saga you want, folks. Amanda, talk about that copy you have. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
So this is Saga. This is the hardcover edition, book number 1. These I think there's 3 or 4 books for each sort of act of Saga because Saga is also kind of split up into different acts, and in between there's kind of been like hiatuses. So like right now, if you go to your comic book shop, you can pick up an issue of Saga off the shelf because it's being released right now serially. But
Hmm.
that is actually, I think we're like in the 3rd act or something. This is the beginning. So we're starting from the beginning, but it's been ongoing for years and it just will go away for a bit and then it'll be like, oh, coming back with a new act.
Hmm.
So yeah, I love this book. It's really pretty. I got it actually on Free Comic Book Day. My shop was having specials and deals,
Yes.
and this was on special, and I've been eyeing it. I knew we were going to be reading it. I've already kind of read a little bit of Saga before, and I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta get this. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really pretty. I'll show you guys some of the comic inside, and even
Yeah, that'd
the
be great.
paintings are very, very beautiful. Let me open to a page that's not
Yeah.
too
And while Amanda's checking
crazy.
that out, folks, my copy, this is just the trade paperback.
Oh,
And I love this because it's affordable. And I also got this during my free comic book day a couple of years ago. For me, it was like under 10 US. So I think it's a steal. It's just a wonderful work of art. And
that's a great deal.
yeah,
Yeah.
it really is for a trade paperback. And it's, pretty good quality. Of course, nothing like Amanda's, but wow, look at that, folks. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really pretty. So just get some of the glare off there. But yeah, it's very pretty, really great quality. And I mean, how much is this? This is $49.99 US.
Mm,
It was not $49.99 for me because I'm Canadian, so it's a little bit more. But
yeah,
yeah, that's like a pretty good price, I think, for all this comics that you get.
yeah,
The crazy thing to me too is that I feel like comics are always so affordable when you think of how much work goes into writing the story, doing the art, doing everything.
hmm,
And this is a great story.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if you haven't read Saga, you need to read it.
Yeah, how do you explain? How do we explain Saga? I mean, at least
How do we explain
it's so.
Saga? That's a good
To me,
question.
it's just so different than anything else I've read. I get a little of like Game of Thrones vibes at times, where it's just like this huge story.
No one's safe in Saga, and everyone
Yeah,
is very complex. So in that way, it
yeah,
is like Game of Thrones. It is also fantasy, but more in the realm of sci-fi
right,
fantasy. Yeah, it's interesting because it is kind of hard to explain. It's like an expansive world that focuses on individual characters taking you through their stories.
hmm,
And the more you learn about these characters, the more you grow to just have complex feelings about them.
yeah,
So there's like sort of a mercenary, like an assassin that we're following.
yep,
There's these two parents of a newborn
yeah,
that are from opposing sides of a war. There is a guy who's involved in the war, but he was basically like he was kind of just hired to like be part of it. So there's also a war going on
yep,
that's been going on for so long that the people that are now involved aren't actually even directly the people fighting. They're just like
yeah,
kind of being used as pawns to fight other people's wars.
yep, yeah. Oh,
With
that's a great way
so
to sum it
yeah.
up, man. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
yeah.
all right, good.
There you
And it's
go.
very complex. There's a lot of really cool themes. It is an adult comic, so
Yeah,
keep in mind it is, there are mature themes in here and stuff like that, but
yeah.
it'll really make you think about life and stuff.
Yeah, no, seriously, and folks, be sure to check out the video before we did this, where Amanda really got deep on some of the different things that she saw on her, rereading of that part one. It was awesome what she came up with.
Mhm.
I always thought it
Thank
was
you.
interesting that they start the story off with the couple from the different sides of the war, right? It's very
Yeah.
right off the bat, it felt like Romeo and Juliet to me, like the two warring
It's like
factions.
Romeo and Juliet, but like what if they were like real people? But also
Exactly.
these are fantastical people. So it's this
Exactly.
that's the thing I think that really blows my mind with Saga is it's this beautiful blend of fantasy but realism. But the
Yes.
realism comes from the relationships and the characterization.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a world that has like magic.
Yeah. And
But you still feel like you could be out on the street and like walk past one of these characters. Like that's how real they feel.
yeah, like the
Which is cool.
dialogue and everything, it just really it just really hits home. Like I feel like these are conversations that normal everyday people have. Of course,
Yeah.
Homie's got like horns on his head and stuff, and they have this baby and stuff. But that's the fantasy element of it. But
That's
just
the fantasy element.
yeah. But you're right.
But it's also cool how it's like a zoom in, like it starts sort of with these two characters that we're focused on,
yeah.
zoomed in on them personally,
Mhm.
but how their story really kind of tells us what, like, it's world building,
Yes.
but starting from a very intimate place of these characters and how they relate to each other. And through that, you kind of get the story of everything else that's going on in the world beyond them.
Yes.
Which also is like, I don't even know. It's like another level of storytelling. Like who tells stories like that?
Yeah. No, you're right. And I think
don't
that's
know.
for me, I keep coming back to Game of Thrones only because I remember when I first started watching that series, it's like you know, you have the Starks. They start with the Starks, and it's like you go from there. You know, you get involved with their story, but then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's like way more going on here in this world than just the Starks.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, should we maybe recap a little bit of sort of where we're starting here? Because we're talking about chapter 2.
yeah.
So, when we left off on chapter
hmm
1, how would you sort of summarize, I guess, where we came from?
Yeah, so I would say, you know, a lot of the things that we're just talking about, how again, we're starting with the couple. They have a newborn. They're from warring sides. You know, they're, you know, different sides of the war. They're not supposed to be talking to each other or even be friends, and yet they fell in love and they're having a baby, right?
And
Uh,
they also fell in love while one of them was basically a prisoner and the other one was a guard.
yeah,
So they're kind of trying to find their way through here and not get captured because everyone does not want them to be together and
yep,
basically wants to kill them now that they have sort of, especially now that they have a child, because that's definitely not allowed. Not
yeah,
supposed to be a thing that is even possible
yeah,
from what other people are saying.
and even
At Yeah, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say, even that relationship, the whole like prisoner and guard dynamic, you know, that's that whole what is it called? Like, is it called the Stockholm syndrome, where
Yeah, but it's almost like reverse Stockholm
right,
syndrome
right,
because it almost sounds like the prisoner was kind of the one that like pulled the guard
yeah,
out of it, and it's very interesting their dynamic with each other
yeah,
as these two people that also kind of just met and like fell into this kind of whirlwind romance
yeah, yeah,
is
totally.
fascinating
So
as well.
yeah, again, it has that feeling, you know, Romeo and Juliet, young people fall in love, and you know they're doing what they're not supposed to, but they don't care because they're in love. Oh,
Yeah,
one thing that I really like too, Amanda, and we talked about this before in the previous episode. I love the
yeah.
fact that the narrator is their unborn child, right?
Yes,
That
yeah.
I thought that
At the very beginning of the
yes,
story, we start with sort of a birth, and I mean, a literal birth
yeah,
is really actually what we start with. And even before that, the person that's narrating is like basically like, "This is when I was born,"
yep,
and you're like, "Wait, what?"
yeah, right. It's such an interesting way to frame that. I love it. I think it's so cool. Um,
And the other interesting thing is, so then there's another character that gets introduced at the beginning of chapter 1, which is the Will.
yes,
And the Will is an assassin who has a animal companion who is called the Lying Cat, who can basically tell when anyone is lying,
yes,
which is also like such a cool such a cool concept. I
right,
just love everything with it.
yeah,
And so the Will kind of accepts this job to basically hunt down this couple and their kid that we've already been introduced to. And there's
hmm
also basically a robot man
yes,
who is a prince robot, the fourth, I think, or the eighth.
yeah,
And he is been tasked by his father to go and figure out what's going on with this couple. So it all kind of centers around them at the beginning. But
yes,
these other characters also get developed. And when we pick up at sort of chapter 2, we're kind of at a place where the couple has made it out of the city. They're heading towards a rocket ship forest
hmm
to hopefully find a rocket ship to get off planet so they can get away from the war, which is a place where apparently rocket ships grow on trees,
yeah,
which sounds ridiculous.
right.
And they even acknowledge that it's ridiculous in the comic, which is great. Like they're
I
like,
love
this
that
is a
part.
fantasy. This might not be real.
Yeah, I love that. It's just that little wink to the audience. Like, yeah, we know this is silly, but we're still gonna go with it, you know?
Yeah, and it's so funny because it just sounds so outlandish like when you read it on the page and then they're like, this can't be real. Like even the characters think it's silly.
Yeah,
So that's kind of who we're kind of introduced to up to this point.
right.
And when we sort of pick up with the Will, who what he's kind of got going on here is he accepted this job, but he finds out like his ex, who's also an assassin,
hmm
is also on the job.
Yep. So,
And she is also super interesting. She's called the Stalk.
yeah,
And he's upset with his agent, sort of, that this is even happening, and basically says, like, well, if anyone else is on this job, like, why'd you even put me on this job? Like, I'm going to take this company card, I'm going to run it up that I was just given and do whatever I want because there's no way if you've got the stock on this that I'm even going to measure. And I don't even want to be around the stock
yep.
right now. So
And
that's kind of his plan.
Yeah, I was just thinking of how, this is very, it's a standard storytelling thing, or I don't know if it's a trope or whatever, but you hire a mercenary, but you don't just hire one mercenary, you hire a bunch and then see who's going to come out,
Yeah.
and finish the gig. But again, they do it in such a different way here, and I love the style, just you know, the lion cat. Come on, this is such a cool character.
Lion Cat. I
Yeah,
just love Lion Cat.
yeah,
So their plan is to basically go to a sort of a pleasure planet
hmm,
and run up the card.
yep,
That's what the will is like. The will's just given up on the job. Like
yep,
he's like, well, there's no chance then. There's no chance.
yep.
Meanwhile, these new parents are out of the city, but they're not safe yet.
Yeah. As you can see, we just passed this scene here where, what's his name gets snared in a little trap.
Yeah, he is completely ensnared.
Yeah.
And both of them sort of have to fend off just everything in the forest.
Yeah.
It feels like wants to kill them, and they've been awake this whole time trying to escape. So
Hmm.
they haven't slept. They're exhausted, and they're just wandering through the forest.
Yeah.
What is his name? I feel like his name is like Marco.
Marco,
That's what
that's right.
his name is.
Yep.
Yeah, Marco.
Yeah. And again, as you can see here, you still have the narrator being there, or there's just born child right now looking back on the events, right?
Yeah. And their baby is named called Hazel right now, is
Hmm.
kind of the name. But I also love in the last chapter they're just kind of like arguing about what the name for this baby should be
Yeah.
and like when they're gonna name the baby, and it's just it's so like real. It's such
Yeah.
like a real conversation the parents
Totally.
would have.
Yeah. And it's that whole thing of like, yeah, this guy's got horns on his head, all this fantastical stuff, but then it's like little conversations like what they're gonna name their baby. It's just very real.
Yeah. And one of the threats that's in the forest that they basically kind of warn us about
Hmm.
um, in the issue is they sort of talk about these ghosts that
Yes.
exist that can come and like just do terrible things to you. They call them the horrors.
Hmm.
And Marco's of the mind that like the horrors will come, so like we really got to get through here quickly. But his partner, she's basically just like, look, if these things existed, we'd know. It would have already been apparent. And they sit down to rest, and when they rest, unfortunately,
Hmm.
they do fall asleep.
Yeah.
You can see all the eyes peeking out from behind.
Yeah, I love that little detail. I'm gonna back up.
Also, I love all the moments when we cut to stuff in this. Like,
Yeah.
they always cut at such good moments where you're
Right?
like, oh, well, so what's going to happen with, oh, never mind, different scene.
Totally. I love that.
Yeah.
I want to back up a little bit because I love, we're talking about just the realism in these little exchanges that they have. So,
Yeah.
here they are here, Marco's gotten himself in trouble again, where he's ensnared. And of course, his new bride is like, "This is what I get for marrying a vegetarian. Even the goddamn plants want us dead." Right? That made me just laugh out loud. Totally.
I know.
Like
And
total.
also this
Yeah.
so Marco also can use magic.
Yes.
So he comes from a magical people, and even to get free, he needs to do a spell, but he needs ingredients for his spell, which
Hmm.
also as someone that loves the world of fantasy, like I just love that little nuance because there's so many spells when you're like playing in a fantasy world that do need ingredients. Like you can't just cast a spell. You need to gather things. And so what he needs is he needs a secret. So he actually has to get a secret from her to free himself. And she tries to tell him a secret initially that is like just sort of a thing that she's maybe never said to anyone. And he's like, do you know what a secret is? Like, that's not a secret. That's just a thing you haven't said aloud. Like, that's who cares about that?
Right.
And so,
That's
and then
great.
she's like, oh boy, okay. And she tells him something super embarrassing. And he's just like, wait, what? Like, so great.
Great
This
stuff.
whole exchange is like
Yeah.
perfect.
And there's a lot of those throughout the saga, folks. That's why I love it so much.
Yeah.
Just those little bits of conversation, even like this, the scene that you're just referencing where all the eyes show up in the background. It's just that little, quiet moment of like, oh, here they are finally getting some rest, after they've been chased for,
Especially when it
yeah,
comes out of them sitting and talking about how basically the people that were making them fight against each other were demonizing the other people.
yep,
in a way that, like I think we hear here it's like she says, my drill instructor used to say that Wreath soldiers could go a month without sleep. And Marco says, yes, ours said the same thing about your lot. So
Mm,
this idea of they're just kind of realizing how ridiculous everything is,
yeah.
having this really cute moment. And then of course, as soon as things get cute, it gets dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. And then,
Yeah.
we close that scene. We open this next scene. And this is the one I remember when I first read through. It's like, what the heck am I looking at here? We've got a,
Yeah, like what's happening?
yeah, what is this? There's a TV head. What's going on? And it's because I feel like that they've set up so much of this as like these conversations that you're having that any normal couple would have. It really makes it easy to just sort of like, oh, there's just a dude walking around with a TV on his head. That's cool. Whatever,
Yeah, it's so weird. And that's Prince Robot,
Yeah.
and so he's trying to sort of hunt them down. So he's going to the place where initially Marco was stationed, where he was kept as a prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
And when he gets here, he is met by, also I just love this guard, even
Mm-hmm.
like this soldier that he's met with,
Yeah.
she seems so chipper, like
Yeah.
just the way she's drawn.
Yeah. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, like what can I help you with? Like what do you need?" And he's basically like, "I don't even really know what I need." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't even want to be here right now, but here I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. And once again, I believe the baby is narrating. You can see,
Yes.
narration in the back there. Yeah. So, like again, how do you like? I remember second time I read through, it's like, how do you explain this? Robot head and it's just, or TV head. It's wacky.
I mean, even the train in this, like
Yeah. Look at that.
the train is like a Chinese dragon.
Yeah.
It is so cool, the designs
Yeah.
and everything that they have. Like, what is that? That's such a small, like you could have made the train look like anything.
Yeah. Right.
Could have just been a train. Nope, it's a weird dragon
Yeah.
that's, I don't even know. It could be alive. I'm not sure. It
Yeah.
could be like a, why does the train look like that? We don't know. It's just
Yeah.
part of the world.
Yeah.
And I love that attention to detail where like literally everything in a panel kind of feels like they made a choice.
Agreed.
And they don't explain it usually. They're just kind of like, no, that's what it is.
Yeah. It's like,
You're
that's
like,
just part of the
okay.
world. Yeah.
Guy with a TV head, train that's a dragon, no problem.
Yep.
Moving on.
Yeah. And then we get back to the couple with the baby. And again, a very real scene here. The baby crying, and waking up the parents, and they're worried,
They're realizing they fell asleep in the forest, and there's that fear of like, oh, are the horrors going to come?
Yeah.
And Alana basically says, or Alana, I don't know. How do you read that in your mind when you read that?
In my mind,
name
I've
has
been
one
saying,
N in it.
Yeah, I've been saying Alana in my mind.
Alana.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with Alana then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Alana is basically like, like our baby's freaking out, and Marco's like, the horrors are gonna come. Like,
yeah.
He's worried about where they are, and she's worried about their kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then they do end up having some problems because while there are no horrors here right now,
yeah,
the stock does show up.
Yeah. So let's move on here. So again, we have Marco laying down his weapon, showing that they're not looking to fight. And what do we have here? Yet another fantastical, like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, that's the stock, which I don't know what you were picturing in your mind when you read that, when we were with the Will.
Yeah. But
I was not picturing this.
I did not picture this at all. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like an armless spider lady.
Yeah. With multiple sets of eyes. And yeah, I did not expect this.
Yeah. I don't know. So
the stock.
That's kind of what she's got going on.
Yeah. Look at that.
It's pretty crazy.
And again, here's Marco just, going into full-on parent mode, trying to look out for his family.
Yep. It definitely does get more disturbing looking as we go in this.
Yeah.
She gets
so,
freakier and freakier. Everything that happens, just from even this attack. Like, what's even happening there?
Look at this, folks. I mean, again, folks, if you don't want any spoilers, it's too late now. You're here.
You're here with us.
This has been around for a while, so if you haven't read it by now, come back when you have. But we're going to continue here. But I mean, there is Marco.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the stock.
Yeah, so Marco gets basically stabbed through by her, not even her tongue, because she already has a tongue in her mouth that we can visibly see. So
yeah, what is
her
this?
stalk, I guess?
Yeah.
Probably a stalk.
Yep.
Out of her mouth.
Yeah.
And she pierces him. And then the crazy thing is in the last chapter, Alana picks up what's called a heartbreaker. And when Marco finds out that she has this weapon with her, he's like, why would you like ever pick up like a weapon? Like, we're trying to be out of this world and not be part of fighting anymore. And she's like, oh, it's just a heartbreaker, which they're non-lethal, but they make you apparently feel terrible. I'm assuming they make you feel like you're heartbroken.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So it's like emotional pain.
Emotional. Right.
Yeah. And she basically threatens the stalk, but the stalk then gets even more freaky and is basically just like, I know that that's non-lethal, so
yeah,
what are you gonna do with that? It's not gonna hurt me.
Oh gosh, it's so good.
I can't even, you know what this scene is for me? It's like, how could this get worse?
Yeah,
like there's no way. Like, we just were introduced to these characters, like bad things can't happen to them.
Yeah.
Immediately bad things happen to them.
Right.
Immediately their lives are in danger.
Totally.
Which is very Game of Thrones.
Right.
And
yep.
The other element to it is like, things get really bad and you think, how will they even get out then? So once they're in peril, you're like, I guess this is it. But there's so much more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that idea of how will they get out of this, and then there always is a way for the story to continue.
Right.
Which is interesting.
Right.
Although that doesn't always mean that people will live, I don't think.
Yeah. And we've read, yeah, and you're so right, Amanda. Just we keep referencing Game of Thrones. That's, again, spoiler alert, folks. You haven't seen Game of Thrones yet. We're spoiling it right now, but I was in shock during that first season, when our, the main dude died. I'm like, wait, what? And that sets the tone. No one's safe. And I have a feeling that as we continue here in Saga, it's going to be the same way, friends.
Yeah, it's going to be the same way. No one's safe.
But all of a sudden, at the end of part 2, we have this, looks like...
Yeah, then the horrors show up.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing where it's like, how could things possibly get worse?
Yep.
How are you going to get out of this? And Alana's plan is to basically say, like, well, the Heartbreaker won't hurt you, but it could hurt, like, the bounty that you're here for.
Yeah.
So, and then the stalk is like, you're not going to hurt, like, your own kind. That's insane. And then the horrors show up, so the stalk's just like, well, I'm not messing with this, so I'm just going to leave, and I'll let them do whatever. And hopefully this kid that I've come here to claim is still alive.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Friends. This is crazy. It's so good, though.
It's so bizarre. Yeah. But the other thing too is like the way they play with your interpretation of what characters are supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're talking about an assassin who's talking about another assassin that he was in a relationship with. So you're thinking, whoever this person is, they're probably going to be like gorgeous. They're going to have all these things going on. Yeah. And then you see the stalk and you're like, what is that?
Yeah. Spider lady with no arms. Like, what the heck?
No arms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially while Will looks like kind of a normal guy.
Right. He's like, he looks human, and it's
very
like
humanoid.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so good.
And then the horrors are hyped up to be this like horrifying, like you're alone in the woods and they'll just like tear you apart and no one ever survives. And then we see them and they're just ghosts.
Yeah.
That look like kids.
That totally look like kids. Here, I'll go back to it. I mean, this is like something out of Stranger Things or something, like kids.
Just wearing, like, I love the fact that she's just wearing like a t-shirt with a heart on it. Like, they just look like kids.
Yeah. Totally.
That, are no longer around.
Yeah.
They're on a different plane of existence, but that's it. Just kids.
I mean, look at this kid here. I mean, she's got half a head, but she looks like, she's hugging the other kid and looks scared.
Yeah, she's like, they look scared.
Yeah. And this one, entrails, coming out of half the body there.
Yeah.
So
then you and that's where it ends. So you're just like, wait.
Yeah.
What? I feel like everything in this, if I were to sum this comic up in 2 words, it would be, wait, what? That's basically how it feels.
Totally. That's it, folks. And I think they should put that on the back of everything here. Amanda McKnight says,
Everything, yeah.
"Wait,
Wait,
what?"
what?
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, folks, this is the kind of insight you get here on Words on Wednesday with Amanda
Yeah.
and myself. So that's comics. We've done our group read Saga. We've talked about Gloomhaven. Speaking of Gloomhaven, folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you type in the word Saga, right, which we just talked about, in the comments below, you're entered into to win a copy of Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion from our friends at Cephalophore Games. So type that in the comments. We're going to close that down this Friday, which is, I don't know what the date is Friday. Today is, it's Friday the 23rd. I'm going to say by 12 p.m. Pacific, that's when we shut the things off, and then we're going to draw one winner at random from those of you who type in Saga in the comments, and then one of you win a copy of Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion. So thank you again for joining us. Now, let's play some games, Amanda. Let's solve some crossword puzzles. What do you think?
Do it.
Okay.
I'm very excited. I'm very bad at crosswords.
Are you really?
I am, and I feel like that's why I wanted to play though, because
Okay.
I was like, maybe I'm gonna learn things from Ruel.
Okay, well,
Maybe
you know,
there's
I'm going to
something to
depend
that.
on our friends in chat to help us out as well. So, folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, live on Twitch, we record this every couple of weeks, and we have chat help us out during the games portion of the show. So, I'm going to start with this here. Are you able to see this, Amanda, on your end? I can make it a little bit.
Actually, could you just send me a link?
Yeah, I'll send you a
Maybe
link right now.
through.
Drop this in our private chat, which is...
All right. I'll keep an eye out.
Oh, you know what, Amanda? I will drop it off in Discord.
Yeah, just Discord me.
Okay, cool.
That's
Discord.
perfect.
There is the link. So it's the daily crossword in the LA Times, and we are doing today's. It's Wednesday, June 21st. I love LA Times, the LA Times crossword. This is the one I've been doing pretty much my whole life. I mean,
Wow.
yeah, I got this. I'd like to call it a good habit. I picked this up from my father, who recently passed away. Rest in peace, Pop. Love you, miss you. He did the crossword, LA Times crossword, by hand every morning before going to work. That was just his thing.
Wow.
Yeah, he didn't always finish. He would come back later at night after a long day at the office and finish it then. But
Then finish it.
yeah, it's been ingrained in me. So now that we have the online version, you know, I like to do it as I don't do it every day anymore, but yeah, I still enjoy it.
Okay. I love that. I do think it's a very good habit to have, because it's one, it's discipline, two, it's like just a lot of interesting ways of thinking is I think why crosswords sometimes stump me. I know a lot of words, but sometimes it's the way the clues are given that I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And that's what I think I'm going to learn a little bit more about playing with somebody that, you know, does crosswords regularly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's always clever the way I always find crossword makers very clever, because a lot of times they'll have like puns in their clues, or just like, oh, this is not exactly what they're talking about. So it's interesting.
I don't know how they come up with these clues. Like they have to be like little word geniuses.
Yeah.
Basically.
Are you able to get to the crossword, Amanda, through the link I sent?
I did. I opened it up. I have it here, so I can read along with you, and we can solve it.
Okay. So we're going to go. I have, folks, settings. I've set the settings to error check mode. So if I type in a wrong letter, it's going to let me know right off the bat. It's just easier that way. And we're going to do all the acrosses, then all the downs. And if you're watching live in chat, if you have a clue for us or you know the answer, shout it out in chat. Just start with letter A for across and the number, and give us the word. So we're going to start with number 1 across. Is it chaparral growth? I don't even know what that is, Amanda.
Chaparral.
Yeah,
I'm going to look up that word.
Yeah.
I think that might help us.
Please do.
Chaparral sounds like a fantastic word. What does it mean?
Yeah.
Chaparral is a shrubland plant community found primarily in California.
Oh.
In southern Oregon and in the northern portion of the Baja California Peninsula.
Well, thanks to Amanda, folks, we just solved the first one. It's shrub for 1 across.
Oh, shrub.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Ah.
So 6 across is place to soak some barking dogs.
Place to soak some barking dogs.
Yeah.
Well, some barking dogs. Would that be your feet?
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, your dogs are barking, your feet. So like a foot spa, maybe foot spa.
Foot spa?
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could be.
Yep, it is.
How did you know that?
So if you type in an incorrect letter, they're going to give you the little cross out here like this.
Yeah, but I just mean, how did you even think of foot? I'm like thinking a stool, like so
Oh.
you put your feet up, like foot spa is great.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I wish.
Yeah. So the barking dogs, like you said, it was like your feet are barking or your feet are aching, and then a place to soak, spa. So
Yeah.
foot spa.
And then we have Indigenous New Zealanders, which is 13 across.
Yeah. I have no idea. Of course, I think Kiwis, right? But that's not it.
No, I think that's like
our
Kiwis
friend B.
like
Travis.
What we call them. That's like I don't think they like to be called Kiwis.
Yeah,
what
right.
Do you say?
Yeah, our friend B. Travis
Maoris.
in chat. Maoris. So true.
Yeah,
Very
Maoris.
nice.
Wow.
Okay.
You're all smart in chat. Sir Bearsworth also got that.
Oh yeah,
Maori.
yeah. The chat brings it. Okay, 15 across. Underhanded course of action. Huh.
Well, it's like dastardly.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
An underhanded course.
Some kind of lie, maybe, right?
Cheating, lying.
Lying. Oh, it starts with an L. Low. Something low.
Low.
Low down? Nope. Oh, there's an O.
Okay. Low.
I was going to say low ball, but that's not it. And low down is not it. But there's a O right there. Whoops.
Why does that sound familiar? Low. Low blow?
Low
yeah,
blow.
Low blow. Sounds good, B. Travis.
Nice. B. Travis.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not.
Wow.
Oh.
B. Travis, are you a person that writes crosswords? Because maybe you should be. Just a suggestion.
Low.
Fruity frozen treats. Like a popsicle?
Ooh, yeah. Oh, this is a long one. So popsicle. Nope.
What are those things that you get? Like a snow cone?
Snow. Nope. Fruity frozen treat.
Oh yeah, it's really long.
Yeah. Why don't we come back to that one? That one's long.
Yeah, that's really long. Maybe once we get some other letters in there, that might help.
Agreed. How about a precious stone? 18 across, Amanda. 3 letters.
A precious stone. A gem?
That's what I'm thinking, and you're correct.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yay.
Wow. Release.
Release.
As an album.
Release as an album.
Oh, I think I know this one. What do you think? It's 4 letters.
4 letters. I'm not looking at chat in case they're giving me the answer. I want to say like, well, I don't know, like a drop?
Yeah. Nice.
To drop the album?
Drop it.
Yeah.
Drop it like it's hot.
Hey.
All right. Number 20. Chats online briefly.
DMs?
That's what I was thinking. DMs?
Briefly?
Nope. I would say IMs, right? IMs or DMs?
Instant message?
Yep. There it is.
Yeah.
Number 21 across. A beach bucket.
A beach bucket?
I
would just call that a bucket.
Yeah. Oh, I think I know the word.
A pail?
Yep. There it is. Nice one, Amanda. Okay.
How do you spell pail? Is it P-A-I-L? P-A-I.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, it was the same as if you're pale.
Right. Yeah, pale. If you're pale, it's P-A-L-E, right? 22.
I mean, now it says rumor has it.
Yeah, what is that?
It's
Rumor
22.
has it.
All I'm thinking of is Adele. Like, rumor has it. Rumor has it.
I'm going to try Adele. Let's see. Nope, it's not Adele.
Adele? No.
So it's in quotes, right? So, I don't know. Rumor has it. Is it a saying? Or
Secret?
Secret? No.
Whisper? Well, what else? What's another word that you could say for like a rumor? Like a scandal is.
Yeah. Now it's 5 letters, so it's a shorter word. Okay.
Rumor has it.
I'm the type. If I don't get it within 2 seconds, I'm moving on to the next clue.
You're like, we'll move on.
Okay.
All right.
It's another long one. 25 across. Pursue additional education, for example.
Secondary.
Nope.
Education. It can't be.
Graduate school? No.
Degree?
Degree? Nope. This is a long one. So it's going to be like a little phrase or sentence or something. Okay.
Pursue additional education. But it's an example of that. Okay. Get doctorate, higher degree is
Oh,
what Blue
higher
Fun
degree.
Guy is saying.
Yeah, higher.
Higher
Nope.
degree?
Get a
No.
higher. Nope.
Uh,
Okay, we're coming back
I
to
guess
that.
let's move on.
31.
Yeah.
Spring flower. 4 letters. I don't know my spring flowers.
I was gonna say like a tulip, but that's too long.
Oh.
A rose?
Rose. Nope.
No.
Spring flower.
I guess rose is more bloom.
Yeah.
Like roses are in bloom right now, I think.
They are.
Spring flower.
How about a lily?
Tulip?
Nope.
Iris?
Iris. Hey, our friend Blue Fun Guy in chat gave us Iris.
Blue Fun Guy. Got it.
Okay. 32 across. 4 letters. Fish in a swarm.
Oh, what is that you call it? When they're swimming like upstream.
Oh.
Fish in a swarm.
Salmon?
Oh no, what do you call it when the not salmon. I know what it's like a not a swarm. What is it called? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Uh-oh. A school of fish?
A collection, like when they're all swimming towards you. A school.
School. But it's 4 letters,
It's too
though.
big though for school. Yeah.
Let's see. People in chat are saying pods. No.
Fish gang.
Bait.
A
A fish gang. No.
I love that. We should use that though. Fish gang.
From now on,
Become the
folks,
fish gang.
we're calling it a fish gang. Moving on to 33 across. Control blank delete. I've had to use this many times on my keyboard.
Alt.
Boom. Done.
Delete, right.
Nice. Nice one, Amanda.
Yeah.
34 across. Not neath. And there was a apostrophe, so it's not neath. So not beneath or underneath. Is that right?
Not neath. Beneath. But not that.
So above.
Above neath?
Oh, I think or.
Above?
There, or.
Top?
Like over or.
Or.
Yeah.
Or neath. How did you even figure that out?
That's a very, like, I remember that
That's
from
a
my.
very crossword
Yeah.
answer.
It's totally a crossword answer. And I actually remember that from my days as an English major in college, having to read all that poetry.
Fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
35. Spanish I like.
I don't speak Spanish.
Okay.
But if we ever get any French ones,
Yeah.
maybe I can help with that.
Yeah.
Well, how do you say I like in Spanish?
Me.
I only know it more.
Me gusta. Me gusta.
Me
I like.
gusta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here's 38. Obvi.
Obvi.
So is that short for obviously?
Yeah, it is, obviously.
So I have no idea.
Obvi. I don't know. I can't think of anything. Obvi, but short form. Oh, OFC is what Sondo is saying.
Oh, OFC. Oh,
sorry, Joe.
it's not OFC, unfortunately. Okay, we're going to move on. 39, it's a 3-letter word. 39 is comedian Delaria. I have no idea who this comedian is.
Comedian Delaria. I'm thinking of Commedia dell'arte based on that name, but I don't know if that's what it is.
Oh, what is
Probably not. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I have no. So what was your guess? I didn't hear.
I was saying, like, Commedia dell'arte is what that's reminding me of.
Oh.
Commedia dell'arte is like clown work. It's like 1700s, or probably even before that, actually, theater, where it's like pantomime. People wear these costumes, are very like big and like they were exaggerated.
Yeah.
So you play these artificial characters. But I don't think that's what it's referring to. Unless it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it would be.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Number 40, notable times.
Notable times. Leah is what B. Travis is guessing.
Let's try it. Leah.
Delaria.
Yep. Nice one, B. Travis. All right.
Just based on the other clues going on.
Well done.
Okay.
Oh,
like just based on, yeah, you're thinking of things that will fit.
Yep.
Fair.
We got a couple of guesses in our chat for notable times. Eons or eras. I think I'll go with eons. Nope, it's going to be eras.
Era, yeah.
Very crosswordy word. Oh.
That marks out a time, an era.
Yes.
Ballet leap,
What is a ballet leap?
It's called a prance is what I was gonna say, but that's not right.
Yeah, this one I'm clueless.
Oh, I feel like I know this one. You're going to I mean, you could say a jump, but that's probably not it.
Oh, it starts
That
with a
seems too
J,
obvious.
but not a jump.
Oh, a jolet.
A
No, that's
jolet.
not anything.
Nope.
That means nothing. That means nothing.
Well, we'll
Something
leave.
probably with a though. We can leave the J.
Yeah, we'll leave the J, and we'll come back to this one.
All right.
42. Slips, bras, etc.
Underwear, undergarments.
Nope. There is an N there. I was gonna say lingerie, but no, the N is the second letter.
Slips, bras.
Slips.
Wait, it's an A? It starts with an A?
It doesn't. I don't know what it starts with, but the second letter is N. But there is no U.
Undergarments?
No, no
There's
U.
no U.
Joe says unmentionables.
Unmentionables. Huh.
So no
But
U.
it has an N.
Yeah. Oh? No.
Indecent. No.
I.
Can't be that.
Okay, it does start with an I in something.
Okay. Well, indecent. Is that long enough?
No, doesn't.
No.
It's giving me the wrong letters. Okay, let's move on to number 47. Right. Express big feelings, maybe. Okay, I feel like I know this one because I think it's a crossword word.
Okay. What is it?
To express big feelings, maybe, is to emote.
Emote.
Yep.
Wow, how'd you know that?
I've just done so many crosswords. Those are certain words that they always go to.
These are the things that I'm always like, but how do you do a crossword if you don't know the crossword words?
Right.
I guess you just do them with someone that knows and you learn the way you think.
Okay. 48. Transit option to New York City's Roosevelt Island.
Ooh. Blue Fun Guy Sir Bearsworth is suggesting jeté for a ballet leap.
Oh, let's try that. Jeté. It is. Nice one, Sir Bearsworth.
Oh, nice. Transit option to NYC's Roosevelt Island for 48 across.
What's the name of the train out there? It's the... I totally forgot what it's called.
No.
What's the transit in New York? I mean,
ferry? No.
Oh, man. I don't remember. Oops. Let me close this.
A transit option? But it's not a ferry?
It's a 4-letter word.
Train? No, that's 5 letters. Boat?
Boat? Nope. Oh, there's an A there.
Huh.
We're coming back, folks.
Boat. Tram.
Tram.
Is what B. Travis is suggesting.
Nice one, B. Travis. Tram.
Nice. Oh, yeah. I guess because it's... Yeah, that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Trains in New York confuse me. I get so confused when I'm there transiting. You can go anywhere on transit, but if you don't know what you're doing,
it can be intimidating. Yeah. Are you close? Is Toronto? How far away is Toronto to New York? Is it close?
A few hours.
Few hours.
New York City proper, I'm not so sure because I've only ever flown to New York City.
Okay.
But to drive to New York State, like a couple hours.
Okay. Cool.
It's right there.
Number 49, web access company.
Com? .com?
Nope.
Huh.
Oh, okay. I think I know what this one is. Let's see if chat knows. Or Amanda can figure it out.
Web access co. Web access co.
Blue Fun Guy says AOL.
Net? Net?
Not net.
Web access. Well, that would be like a portal.
Yep.
If it's for your company.
Yep.
But it's not portal because that's too long.
Giggle says org. It is not org. Also www. No. I love that.
Like a sign in a board, a forum, a pass. No, not password. I don't know. What is it?
It is. Let's see if I know it. ISP. Yep. Internet service provider.
Oh, okay. Internet service provider.
Okay, here's another quote for number 50. Any minute now. Oh. No idea.
Soon.
Soon?
Yeah,
Hey,
Giggles and Joe were saying soon.
well done. 51, WNBA honor for Aja Wilson in 2020 and 2022.
MVP?
MVP. All right. Okay, here we are with another long answer. 54.
Oh my gosh.
Corporations with little business activity and what are formed by the circled letters? Okay.
What are formed by the circle letters?
This I have no idea.
And
Whoa.
what are formed by the circle
Ooh,
letters?
there's a S. Is it Shell? What is the name? Shell companies?
Shell company? A
There it
hedge
is.
fund?
There it is. Shell companies.
Shell company.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow, that's a long one.
Yeah. I totally lucked out on that.
Item on a laundry list is 59 across.
Yeah, what is that? Item
Question mark? Item on a laundry list?
I don't know.
Well,
Let's move on.
what would be on a laundry list? Detergent?
Detergent. Nope.
What would you put on a laundry list? Item. Basket?
Basket? Nope. That was a good guess. Soap? No. How about number 60? Campfire treats.
S'mores.
S'mores. Nice.
I love s'mores.
Yeah.
So I got that one.
Funny thing, I don't.
Bounding man.
I don't really like marshmallows, but I do like s'mores.
Oh, this whole conversation made me want a s'more right now. That's how much I love them.
I'm totally hungry. Bounding.
Oh.
Maine? What is that?
Bounding Maine. Bind?
Nope.
No. Bounding.
Bounding.
Maine. Bounding.
Oh.
Wow, that's hard.
Yeah. Let's come back to that.
I think Hornist is suggesting for item on a laundry list.
Oh. Okay.
Clothes.
Where is it? I don't cloak. Or what? Clothes?
Clothes.
Oh, no.
Item on a laundry list.
Oh.
Clothes? Does that work? No.
I think so. So, Bounding Maine, I'm just going to pass over that for now, Amanda. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Bounding Maine.
62 across. Prevent as disaster.
Avoid?
Avoid is a great. Oh, AV. Oh, I got it.
What?
Avert.
Let's see if I can get it.
Avert.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
So it's close.
Okay. So now.
Avoid, avert. Yeah.
Yeah, you got us the AV, that's the one. Let's go down now. So number 1 down. Dark cloud on the horizon, Amanda. We've got some letters to work with now.
Okay. Smog.
Boom. Number 2.
Boom.
Largest lagomorph? I have no idea what a
lagomorph.
What is a lagomorph?
Hole?
It's HA blank E. Is it a hare?
Yeah.
A rabbit? Okay.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Hare?
Yeah, apparently hares are lagomorphs.
Well, good to know.
Okay.
Cover a lot of ground. Rome.
Rome, nice. Number 4, mantelpiece. Amanda, what do we got?
Mantelpiece. Urn.
Urn, nice. Number 5. Oh, this is interesting. Circled square on a calendar, maybe.
I was gonna say birthday.
Same here. That's yeah.
BI something DA blank.
Okay.
Bird day?
Bird day? Nope.
It's not a thing.
It's like birthday, but
big day.
Oh, big day.
In chat.
Nice.
Everyone got that one.
Yeah.
Dragon Engineer, B Travis, Joe, Giggles. Wow.
Nice.
Masters.
Thank you, friends.
Big day.
Let's move on to number 6 down. First 3 community cards in Texas Hold'em.
Flop.
Yep. Do you play Texas Hold'em, Amanda?
I have played Texas Hold'em. Yeah, I like to play poker a little bit.
Nice.
I don't like to play for money though. I just like to play for fun.
For funsies.
And every time I play with people, everyone always wants to play with money. And then last time I played poker, we played tournament style, and someone anteed for me because everyone wanted to play for And I was like, well, then I just won't play. And they were like, oh, I'll ante for you. Then I won. I stayed up till 4 a.m. I was so tired. And people were like, you can quit. And I'm like, no, because now it's money. So now I have to keep playing this, which is why I
Nice.
don't like
That's
this.
the spirit.
And then I won, and then no one paid the person that anteed for me.
Oh.
And I was like, see, this is why I don't like when we play for money.
I
So like,
love
because
it.
now I want to fight you all, but that seems silly. Like,
That's
alley oop
Alley oop.
is
Nice.
7 down, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Nice. Well done.
But yeah, do you play Texas Hold'em?
Yeah, so funny thing, Amanda, before I got into modern board games, my definition of game night was poker nights until about 3, 4 a.m. At least once
Nice.
a week. And I've done the old, like, go to Vegas and stay up for 48 hours and play poker the entire time, that type of stuff.
Wow. Well, we should play poker sometime.
I
That
would
sounds
love
fun.
to. That would be great.
Yeah.
Speaking of great, number 8, hurt sounds.
Ow?
Owls? Oh, owls. OWS.
Ows. Oh, okay. Plural.
Yes.
Sounds.
Here's a question for you. Number 9, start to cycle.
Start to cycle.
Oh,
TBA?
this is one of those
TBC?
crossword wordy things.
Start to cycle.
And I believe Lady T in chat got it. Folks, if you're watching us on YouTube, we do this live with chat. It is tricycle.
Tricycle. That is a start to cycle.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I feel like we could all get this one. Number 10, blank media. And we have S-O...
I want to say social media.
Oh, yeah. There it is. Social media.
But is that right?
That is correct. Moving on to number 11, starts with the letter P. It's a longer word. Expert who relies on a show of hands. Oh, so good.
Expert who relies on a show of hands.
Here, I zoomed in a little bit.
Panelist?
I'm sorry?
No, not a panelist. A palm reader.
Yeah.
Palm reader?
Yeah. Expert who relies on a show of hands. You got to show your hands, right, to read the palms. So tricky, right?
That's clever.
Yeah. Whoops.
I love that.
Yeah. Oh, you tricky crossword.
How did you all know that? How did you guys figure that out?
Number 12 down, citrus drinks.
Citrus drinks. Citrus drinks.
Excuse me. And our friends in chat.
Sorry, which are we on?
12 down. Starts with an A, ends with an S. 4 letters.
Is it something AT is what I'm thinking? But maybe not.
No.
Citrus drinks.
Oh, well, here we go. Why don't we go 15 across? Look at this. Underhanded course affection. Yes, AIDS.
ADES is in lemonade.
Yep. Lemonades.
Nice.
14 down.
Okay. Wait, I think I got the fruity frozen treat. That one must be orange popsicle.
Yes, nice. Orange
That's
popsicle.
very specific.
Yep. Going back to 14 down, a calligrapher's flourish. So anyone into typography can figure this one out.
Calligrapher's flourish.
If you know your fonts.
Series? No.
A
serif.
Serif. Nice.
Yeah.
17.
That was from chat. Thank you, Blue Fun Guy.
Yeah.
I did not know.
17 down, casual top. POL blank.
Not a pole. That's not a top.
Yeah.
Casual top.
I've worn this before.
Polo.
Polo.
Is what? Yeah.
Yep.
You guys are all good at crosswords in chat.
Yeah, people are bringing their A games.
T24 got it.
21 down. Thanks, counterpart. THX counterpart.
Counterpart
Yeah.
to thanks.
Yeah.
Please, PLZ? PLS.
PLS, nice. Please and thanks. Oh, here's one. 22. Fruity frozen treats. Yet again.
More frozen treats.
Yeah.
All right. It starts with an E? No,
E?
we don't know what this
No.
starts with. Do we?
It's a 4-letter word, ends with S.
Bars?
Bars? Nope. Blue Fun Guy says pops.
Freezies?
Nope.
Pops? Uh, fruit? Pops? I don't know.
Yeah, this one, is it ices? It is ices.
Ices?
Yeah.
What's an ice? What is that?
I have to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever had an ice.
I don't think I've ever had an ice.
Yeah. Oh, like an Italian ice, says Dragon Engineer 97 in chat. Got it.
An Italian ice.
Yep. And Joe, you're correct. Ice is a very crossword type of word. Yep.
Very crossword. Only in a crossword.
Yeah. 23 down. NBC nightly news anchor Lester. I have no idea. I don't watch the NBC.
Lester Gort. No, I don't know.
Is it Holt? It is Holt.
Lester Holt is what Joe was saying? Yeah.
Yeah, no idea. I don't watch. Okay.
It wasn't too far off with Gort.
Yeah.
Except that it has one letter that's the
there
same,
you go.
2 letters.
Okay, I don't know my Fast and Furious films, so help me out with this one if you do. No, 24 down. 4 letters,
Pataki?
ends with A. Is it Pataki of Fast and Furious films?
What is Pataki? Is that a person?
Yeah, so it's going to be the first or last or first name of someone apparently.
Huh. Like Pataki. What is a Pataki? I don't know who that is.
Yeah, me neither. So
like a driver, is that like a maybe a role that they serve? Like maybe they're the
Yeah.
I got nothing. I don't know.
We'll pass on that. Let's move. Oh, I know this one. 25 down, 5 letters. Blank I-O-L-I.
Aioli.
Yum, I love a good aioli.
Oh, same. Also love a good aioli.
Yeah. This crosswords make me hungry, by the way.
I know.
Take a long after this. Take a long look in the mirror. It starts with a blank R-E-E-N. 26 down. Oh.
Preen?
Preen? Yep.
Preen? Yeah, preen.
Prance and preen. Oh, here you go. 27 down. A vessel that may fly the Jolly Roger.
Pirate ship.
Woohoo! Pirate ship. Moving on. 28. Waste reduction strategy.
Reuse?
Nice, Amanda. Well done.
Wow.
29.
See, that's the thing too that kind of like messes me up with a lot of stuff is like pirate ship is 2 words.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have to think, like, sometimes it could be a whole phrase.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they never tell you, like, oh, this is 2 words or 1 word.
Oh, I know what 25 across is.
Oh, what's 25 across?
Apply for college.
Ah, nice. Well done.
Yeah.
So we were on, I think we're going down. Let's get, let me see. We did pirate ship. We did reuse. Now we're on, not 29 down. Muscle used in a squat informally.
I think we know.
Yeah.
Glutes.
Glute. Number 30.
Use those glutes.
Okay, this is an old clue right here. Broadway icon Merman.
Merman.
This one, it's an actor, entertainer's name who I know. Ethel.
I don't know.
Ethel Merman.
Ethel Merman.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of like a merman.
Oh.
That's why that was tripping me up. I was like, there's a Broadway icon that was a merman? That's crazy. When?
35 down. Someone, all right, that's a quote. Someone didn't get the blank.
Someone didn't get the...
Starts with M-E blank O. 4 letters.
Memo.
Memo.
Someone didn't get the memo. Ooh.
36 down. Part of QED.
QED. What is QED?
I don't know what QED stands for. but I'm pretty sure this is E-R-A-T. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone in chat is saying a rat.
A rat.
What does that mean? What
Yeah.
does QED mean?
Someone in
People
chat, please look it up.
Help me. I don't know what that means.
37 down. A scandal suffix.
Ooh.
I feel like this is another crosswordy type
Gale?
of thing to do.
Scandal suffix.
Yeah.
Well, when you have a scandal, what do you say? You say you're having a...
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, no.
What do you say?
You totally... No, it's totally right. Like, the ultimate scandal, or like the famous one's Watergate, right? So you...
Oh.
Yeah. Something gate. Yeah.
Gate. Right.
Okay.
That's true.
Let's continue. 41, printer problem. I have these all the time. Jam.
All the time.
Yep.
That one is like the most relatable crossword clue you could give someone for that word. Man, do you remember how common printer jams used to be too? Like,
yeah. Like,
as a kid, my printer was always like, any printer I used would just jam immediately. Yeah. It's like you had to put like one sheet of paper in.
I know, right?
At a time.
Oh, it's the worst. 43, hold up.
Hold up.
Our friend Giggles in chat says impede. Sounds good to me.
Well, I think the one that's 42 across is intimate something. Intimate apparel.
Oh, nice one, Amanda.
Across for the slips and bras.
You're correct.
Gives us another letter.
Well done. Continuing with the down letters, for our clues, 49 down, analogy phrase, and we've got IS blank blank.
Analogy phrase. Is to.
Is to, yep.
Yeah, that's what people are saying.
Yep, they got it.
Took that one from chat. Thank you, chat.
Thank you,
Good
chat.
job.
Number 50, word with bread or cracker. Starts with an S-O. It's 4 letters.
Soap?
Soap. Oh, no. It
Soap
is...
Cracker? No.
What
Soft? Cracker? Soft bread?
Our friends in chat, once again, soda bread or soda cracker.
Soda bread.
Well done,
cracker.
chat.
Yeah, true.
Okay, this one I do not know. Number 55. It's 3 letters, starts with L. Ballroom dancer Goodman.
Len? No. Len Goodman?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Good old Len. I have no idea who that is.
Good old Len Goodman. Dancing in the ballroom.
Yes.
I know that as someone that really loves ballroom dancing.
Is she lying, folks?
I mean, I do know how to ballroom dance, but I don't know the names of the dancers. So that was
nice. Yeah, I'm not up on my ballroom dancer celebrities.
I love to waltz. If anyone ever wants to waltz, if you see me at a convention, you can just be like, Amanda, let's waltz.
Wow.
And I will waltz with you.
Is that the
Putting that out there into the ether.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That
we'll waltz together.
Nice. 56 vinyl records. Briefly, Joe's right on it. So is Blue Fun Guy. LPs.
Yeah, LPs.
Oh, here's one. I have no idea. Cedar Rapids campus. C blank blank. I have no idea where Cedar Rapids is.
I was gonna say like a camp, but that's already in there, so that's probably not it. Campus. Cedar Rapids campus.
Giggles.
COE is what Giggles is saying.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right.
So we've got a couple of ones here finished. 59. Item on a laundry list is Tide Pod.
Oh, it was Tide Pod.
Yeah, nice.
What? I never even thought. We should have tried it. I just said Tide Pod, but I was like, it can't be Tide Pod. That would be.
It is nice. Then 61. We didn't understand bounding main. It was open sea. Huh.
Open sea.
Okay.
Bounding main.
We'll go with that.
That's a weird clue.
It is.
For open sea.
Let's finish out. We got a couple left here. Number 22. Rumor has it. IH blank AR. I hear? Yeah.
I hear. Yeah. Rumor has it, I hear.
I hear. Yeah. Oh, so the final
Eels.
clue. 32 across. Fish in a swarm. EEL.
Eels.
Eels, really? I did not know that was called a swarm.
I've never heard it called that.
Me neither. Oh, wow.
I guess eels can swarm, but I don't even think of a fish. I don't even think of an eel as being a fish, which I know is probably wrong because they're definitely fish.
Yeah, and honestly, eels in a swarm sounds absolutely terrifying to me. So I don't want to be
Yeah,
caught up in a swarm of eels.
me neither.
Yeah,
Let's not. Why are they swarming? Do they swarm?
they must
That's
be angry.
dangerous.
I don't want to be around a bunch of angry eels. Oh, friends,
Oh,
that's
that
it.
was really fun.
That's it for Words on Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Ruel. That's Amanda. Amanda, thank you again for hanging out, talking comic books, and talking about all the nerdy stuff and doing a crossword puzzle with me. It's always a good time.
Thank you for having me. This was
Yeah,
so much fun. And now I feel like, now I'm like, you know what? If I ever want to do a crossword, I'll just jump onto a stream with
yep,
a bunch of people.
yeah,
Maybe definitely jump into your stream, Morel, because you got the crossword folks in here for sure.
they are hardcore. Yes.
Yeah.
Folks, thank you again for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to check all the links below to find out where you can find Amanda. And also, be sure to type in that word Saga so you can win a copy of Gloomhaven Jaws the Light. Saga. All right. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.